morning to you. How are you today? Welcome to Signature Morning on Signature TV. Today is Friday, the 25th day of July 2025. Welcome to the end of the week. Thank God it's Friday, and I'm sure a lot of you are excited for the weekend because, well, I am as well. And our Signature Morning, it's time for our newspaper headlines, review, our interviews, and all the other programs we have packaged for you today. So make sure to stay glued to your screen and keep watching the show. The newspaper headlines and review will come in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back, and we'll be starting with the Punch newspaper. Looking at the headlines on the Punch, we have states slashing power tariffs must pay subsidy. This is from NEC. 14 villagers, policemen killed in Plateau attacks. Natasha to serve out suspension as Senate enters recess on page 7. We have Nigeria harbors over 200 million illegal arms, says CDS. Alright, post-NEC meetings, APC, PDP set stage for epic 2027 face-off. With riders, new APC chair, Yewata, vows Tinubu's return. Makinde, Bala lead PDP governors in 2027 power takeover plot. You can find that on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. We have APC power chairs, Yewata peak brightens Shetima Northeast 2027 chances. Fake customs officer arraigned after scamming victims 34 million naira. And finally, on the Punch newspaper, Makinde unveils new Oyo tourist hub master plan. Alright, now moving over to the Guardian newspaper, we have debts 1.1 trillion naira subsidy. Dollarized operations threatened energy transition. TCN replaces chairman, cites governance concerns. Army chief warns against abandoning Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. And on the big story pages 4 and 5, we have too much of a good thing. How unchecked dietary supplements turn toxic, lure many to early grave. EU editors partner to raise awareness on impacts of fake news. ADC CUPP kick as Tinubu labels opposition coalition of confusion. 2027 Tinubu rallies governors to performance, lures North with slots. We are not against coalition to unseat Tinubu in 2027. Makinde unveils Oyo's tourism blueprint at summits. Killings, Fulani avenging injustice in Plateau, says Headers Group. And finally, on The Guardian, market money changing lives of Nigerians as 27,000 traders benefit from stress-free loan. Alright, now to the Daily Trust newspaper. On the Daily Trust, we have why PDP moved convention from Kano to Oyo. Applications for new parties hit 144. Dismissed soldier sentenced to death by hanging for robbery. Still on the Daily Trust, Tinubu marginalizing North in resources allocation. This is from Kwankwaso. 19-year-old woman arrested for allegedly killing 2 minors. Akpabio Bamidele clash over leadership style. How journalist was killed in Kogi. And finally, on the Daily Trust, why APC selected Nentawe as chairman on pages 5 and 6. Now to the Daily Times newspaper. Create ranches to end farmer header clashes, says CDS Musa. Prof. Yewada emerges new APC chairman, pledges unity, party rebuild on page 2. Cholera outbreak claims 13 lives in Niger as infections spread. Coalition against APC, desperate attempt lacks ideology, Speaker Abbas. 2,447 people displaced in Barumland youth group claims. NIDCOM begins evacuation plan of Nigerians stranded in car. And finally, PDP holds National Convention November 15th and 16th in Ibadan. That is it on the Daily Trust, Daily Times. Now to the Blueprint newspaper. On the Blueprint, we have ignore Hassan Katsina's principle at your own peril. Gwadabe tells North. Abducted George, Diri rewards police officer who rejected $17,000 bribe. Alright, sports. WAFCON, Super Falcons visit injured Banyana star Salgado. 2 years after North Central gets justice, Yewada emerges APC national chair with riders. Party will be great, proud of Nigeria on my watch, says new chair. Deputy National Publicity Secretary Fonta resigns. We are working with Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso on cross-border security, says CDS, and says LGs must be allowed to work. Nigerians are suffering, wet the grass, Tinubu tells governors. In Kogi, correctional officer who murdered photojournalist commits suicide. Suspected herders behead Benue farmer harvesting millet. And NOA promotes national symbols, donates copies of reintroduced anthem to NSC. Now on the Matrix newspaper, court affirms FIRS authority to collect VAT on boat rides, food deliveries. LPPC unveils shortlist of 57 lawyers for SAN rank, with riders foremost maritime lawyer Akabogu Labaran, Eshan Akpoguma, others make list. Court awards 10 million naira against police over NSAS protest harassment. 2027 Tinubu Yewada mock opposition coalition, with riders Tinubu to opposition, abandon sinking ship, coalition of confusion. There is no opposition for now. I will bring in more PDP governors. Yewada, Nigerians are still complaining at grassroots. You must wet grass more, Tinubu urges governors on page 2. Peter Obi dismisses Governor Okpebholo's threat, vows to return to Edo. Shetima backs Tinubu's tough reforms. This is how great nations are built. Army debunks viral video of foreign arms dealer arrests as misleading. And on WAFCON, Tinubu approves full payment of Super Falcons allowances. Alright, now to the Nigerian Tribune. On the Nigerian Tribune, we have ADC to Tinubu, diplomacy not a side hustle, with riders insist absence of Nigerian ambassadors in key global capital embarrassing. 10th Memorial Symposium for Ooni Sijuwade holds today in Lagos. Alright, Osun AG, Nasarawa SSG, 55 others make new SAN list. Makinde announces tourism research agenda at International Tourism Summit. PDP holds National Convention November 15th, 16th in Ibadan, with riders heads to court to recover seats of defected NAS members. Others says APC rudderless, insensitive. PDP elated over turnout at NEC meeting. FG improves energy transmission capacity with 50.4 megawatts in Ibadan. And on health, more than 1,300 die globally from contaminated medicine. This is from WHO UNODC report on page 10. Alright, and that is it for our newspaper headlines this morning. And it's time for our review. Chris Maduka in the studio this morning. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Uche. Good morning, people of the world. And the good people, it is another day and signature TV newspaper review.
Yes.
So let's shoot it short.
Alright, so one of the headlines we have is the meeting. Prof. Yowada emerges new APC chairman, pledges unity, party rebuild. We also have, talks on the opposition, Tinubu to opposition. It's a coalition of confusion as well on the Matrix newspaper.
Yes, Uche, the congratulations to the new chairman of the ruling party, APC. His name sounded like that village where a lot of people were killed. Incidentally, he's a professor. A lot of professors, the academians, have been pulled into politics in Nigeria. Some of them that served as returning officers had bad record of regional elections. And now we're having professors as chairmen of parties. Not even a small one, the ruling party APC. The only thing they know, for them that are been for a long time being molders of the mind, and they are turning out students in schools, and eventually we find them being at the center of politics in Nigeria. They should know that a lot of things are requested, are demanded, or desired of their tests for things in general, their disposition of things as professors. It calls for a lot of responsibility. So whether they are at RCs, returning officers, whether they are whatever INEC makes them, whatever the political party makes them, let all the professors and the academians not lose the fact that the eyes of the world are watching them. I told you of a story. It's a joke, but it's also some Nigerian aeronautic professors trained some young Nigerians to build aircraft. And the aircraft was on a test flight. So they put it on the airport, a lot of people booked and they entered. Some of these professors were inside that flight. When the flight host announced that the flight is on the test drive, and it was the students who their professors are airborne, inside the flight, that are the manufacturers of the aircraft. The professors said they should stop the flight for them to jump down. Meaning, they should not forget that when the big mother goat is eating chewing the cord, that the baby goat is watching. For our academicians to take the front page of politics, and their behavior is still no difference. They're not bringing no difference. It calls for a suspect, and it calls for confusion, meaning that the center can never hold. Even with professors, I remember how we hold them in high esteem. But the bug that has beaten some Nigerians are beating even the professors.
Yes, all right. Now, on the Punch, we are seeing that NEC is saying that states that are slashing power tariffs must pay subsidy.
That's the word of NEC.
Yes.
National Electricity Regulatory Commission against us. Because we have said it's rule for us with the power slash, the tariff slash and the energy. But for NEC to come, let's wait and see. If you see a man pounding fufu, but is hanging a bag across, just watch. For you never know whether when you finish pounding the fufu, you will carry your bag and put inside that bag. Only that has to be watched because a man also chocolate. If the states have given the power to their state electricity regulatory commission, and they say, go, slash the power, that people are suffering. It means if NEC said you pay the subsidy, that the states are willing to do so. And that would be also a campaign point. You know, you have prayer point when you go to Pentecostal churches. You also have campaign point for the states. If they say, if you vote for us, we'll slash the electricity that NEC has approved, and the GENCOs and DISCOs are charging you, and we'll pay the subsidy for you. And Enugu is top on that list. So kudos to Governor NEC said you will pay the subsidy, you pay what you have cut from us, which is not too fair. It's not fair because the power is generated in Nigeria, and and the Nigerians are consuming it. I wonder, the Gencos and Nigerian companies, I wonder what? Is it one baker that doesn't know how to cut hair? Is it that the clipper is blunt? Make should be able to explain. They should attract our anger. The anger of Nigerians when we are saying, hooray, the power cut is finally here. And the make is insisting that whoever befriends a hunchback woman will carry her up and carry her down. What wrong did the state ECs do, ERCs? What did they do? Nothing. They just want to assuage and alleviate the sufferings of the masses. And we are going with the ERCs, the State Electric Power Regulatory Commissions. And that's what we are saying. So make, they are on their own. I am speaking the mind of my constituency, the wretched of the earth. That's my talk.
Yes. And still on the Punch, we are seeing that the CDS is saying that Nigeria harbors over 200 million illegal arms. 200 million.
Coming from CDS.
Exactly. It's quite...
So where the IGP one time marked all the... So where did they come from? The women selling ogo and vegetable in the market. The people selling ewa and abado, they don't sell arms. So the CDS, that the army, the securities, agencies in Nigeria, they are the ones dealing with arms. So they know who brings arms, they know where they brought them, they know how they are distributed. Because even some Nigerian legitimate arm of federal government have been found in the hands of some criminals arrested. The police will bear witness. When they arrest them, they see Nigerian Army AK-47 marked. So they should go, the security apparatus of Nigeria should go and do what they call self-reflection. Because I don't know anything about arms. Most Nigerians do not know, they just want a simple life. To be able to buy a bado and whatever is to eat. And when there are people who are dealing with their arms and they know how they cross border, do it, we have customs at the borders. We have all of them, the Navy, man our area, the seaways, the NAF, man the airways. So the police, man the internal, there are security forces. If we have this number of arms illegal circulating around Nigeria, then CBS is telling us Nigeria is not at home. If I say it here, it will look like this Maduka is speaking too much. I've said several times that so many things we read about Nigerian headlines of Nigerian newspapers shows that we are not there. So every man is on his own. If CBS will come and tell you 200 million, that means if you have 240 million that have been counted, which due to insecurity they have come down to about 200 million, we have an average of one illegal arm to every Nigerian. Something is wrong. And that is not, we are not at home. It means even the CDS itself is not safe. And that's what I cry here, because people like him will use the remaining security to protect themselves and they move in hard army convoys and all. So people like us are on our own. Supposed to make meetings. APC, PDP, stay stage for APIC 2024.
27 face-off.
Now, that is why the problem we are worried. 2027 face-off. We are in 2025, Uche, and we are face-off with hunger and hardship. We are face-off with insecurity.
Insecurity, exactly.
We are face-off with fake drugs. You read here that World Health Organizations, 90% of drugs that are causing problems are contaminated drugs. That means they are fake. How contaminated? Is it that where flood come, like it contaminates water and the water sources? It contaminates also drugs. We are dealing with fake drug in Nigeria. Nigeria is endemic with it. So these are issues we are dealing with. And all we see in all our headlines are parties set for face-off in 2027. There's no need shouting. Remember, the Libya The native doctor that is an expert in making cholera and giving people diarrhea and aphosis, his lash is not hang on the air. The APC are made up of people. PDP are made up of people. APUGA, ANP, or whatever they call, all the parties in Nigeria are made up of people. And the roof, the house cannot collapse and leave the roof. If this is how they want Nigeria to go, let us all go talk about 2027. Forget 2025 and 2026. We will fly on there. But they don't know. It's only those who gets there. Those who go to 2027 we talk about. All this one they're talking now, only God. With what is happening in Nigeria, only God will determine how of these politicians that will cross over to 2027. They cannot put us in this quagmire and go back to their Abuja, still not coming and be discussing this nonsense. They will get the share of it. I bet them. I can do overnight prayers. I can do so many things. I can also do juju. People go and don't eat. But this is not acceptable. It is too early, and Nigerian governance structure has collapsed into 2027 while we are suffering. They are not telling us all the things that are highlighted there. No solution. We only see problems every day. Fake custom officer arraigned. Yeah. APC power chase. You rather big Brighton, all those ones are saying, what do you expect somebody who they pick and giving him chairman of a ruling party? He will promise overnight, like what those things men tell women. If I go to Aba, I will buy yours. All those things. But it's when we get there. After somebody left there and promising on my head was calling everybody. I said, so let's watch out.
Now on The Guardian, there is a very interesting headline about supplements. Too much of a good thing. How unchecked dietary supplements turn toxic and lure many to early grave. And
we have the Ministry of Health. We have Ministry of Health. We have Commissioners of Health. At the local government level, we have councillors who are in charge of welfare and all that. You know, when there is no pain in the house, when pain enters, it goes out. You hear me live at all. When there is no health, people now were told that everything they find concocted and called supplement is a way to live. Some, and they are so expensive. Even where people are selling, no
brands are coming.
No regulation, no control, nothing. We have NAFDAC. NAFDAC can go to Anisha, Bridgehead in the pharmaceutical market, and where they close it. And did all they did there. But the supplements have taken over. Nobody. We don't used to have those welfare offices of the Ministry of Health that they have where they talk to women, stakeholders about diet, balance, the things that you can do, how you can even get on go, and some things, even if it's still expensive, to use it to cook and still eat and have balanced diet, things you can do. Nobody's talking to everyone. Everybody has gone to supplement. Of course, the big men think that when they have made Nigeria so difficult that they turn to supplement for life. Now they're telling that those supplements are toxic. So they better go back and make food affordable. And I know that better for us in Nigeria, we have them, we can know them in our fingers. Things you vegetable, the carbohydrate, the protein. Where is meat and fish? The balance of where is chicken? All of them. A small Iku, they call it Iku, the bed the people of Lagos, that's if ice fish. It's about 3,000 naira. Who, family of 4, that their father is a keke or Okada rider, how much will he make in a day to provide one small fish, dead fish, that has passed through 7 seas to come here, and the people will sell it at 3,000 naira to just from? How can they have balanced diet? That is problem. That's all we know. But now somebody need to begin public enlightenment and go back to the radio, tell people, start doing something on our foods, local foods. Leave this supplement, they are toxic and they cannot save us. Because remember the headline here, very creative. How unchecked dietary supplements turn toxic, and many people to turn the money to early grave. Can you imagine? God forbid. Let's move on.
God forbid. Now we're also seeing cases of a lot of killings. Like on the Punch, we have 14 villagers, policemen killed in Plateau attacks. We also have on the Guardian, killing Fulani avenging injustice in Plateau, says Headers Group. And all there, how journalist was killed in Kogi. This is on Daily Trust. A lot of
so you see why I was shouting? These killings, none of the politicians mentioned them. They are in Abuja, Kano, thinking about
convention
and all. That's it. Nobody, you don't hear. All you hear where the sitting president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, respected President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying coalition. He's not calling CBC on his statement he made that 200 million arms are. He's not calling about these killings and warning and giving warning. Mass. Who are the one Natasha has not warned the others to stop killing and stop the revenge. They know. Some of them are calling for the constituencies where these headers are saying they're going on revenge. Revenge what? Killing Nigerians to revenge. And none of them are not saying anything. At least you can see the newspaper. They're saying, is the only me that not seen it? I've not seen the National Assembly of Nigeria. As I said yesterday, they warned Natasha. They're not wanting these headers not to revenge. They're not wanting people not to kill people. And they've turned Nigerians into mad people. Somebody who killed a journalist in Kogi commits suicide. Imagine is not normal. Something is wrong. They have turned everybody into mad people. Now, if we have to check Nigeria, because of what Nigerian politicians have done to Nigerians, 90% of Nigerians are already mad. Mental health is gone. They don't care. You know what pains me? How can we have politicians who think they depend on us to get back to whatever position they do? Of course, we do not. And that's why they're behaving. If they are, they become insensitive with anything we say. They will try to. If we don't have anything, at least you advise. And if somebody comes to you and says, oh, I'm sick, please, I don't have money, but can you do this, do this? Okay, let me help you. It's something. But this was, they do treat Nigerians like bicycle riders. You know, when a bicycle rider comes to your house, when you finish seeing the person off, he will just give you the backside, hang his bicycle and off. That's what they do. After 4 years, they come back. You know, there's not, this time they are facing wahala. It's not late 4 years, they're already talking and meeting to think about lies. They come back to tell us. We are waiting for them. Come from everywhere. They are the same thing, the same word that makes all Nigerian politicians come from any brand. We are waiting for them at 2027. They should come back. If they don't want to come back, they should go to Abuja, see the organized election, put them back in their seat and continue. But if they're thinking they will do this and come back to the grassroots for votes, what is happening in Uganda? See that matrix newspaper where they are doing the government election, you have only two people at the polls. That's the same thing that happened to them because we voted, came out to vote, nothing happened, and all they do after a few days into the positions, they are talking about another 4 years to come back. If that's all they do, God bless them. But then the kind of God that will bless them is not God. We are asking for the ones who ask for a real blessing. God bless Nigeria.
For those,
have a wonderful day. For those who desire good blessing. Thank you. You are genuine. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Chris, for the review this morning. And the morning show will be back in a moment for the continuation of our conversations. Do stay with us.
Every second.
With a population of about 36 million people, the Southeast is awash with stories. Every day in the Southeast News, we tell the peculiar story of the Southeast and her people.
Our Southeast should be the Silicon Valley of Nigeria.
Their successes, achievements, and their challenges. Do you have a Southeast story to share? Community achievements and challenges. Completed and uncompleted projects, bad roads, water scarcity, erosion, flooding, insecurity, or even disagreements? Bring it on to Southeast News. In Southeast News, no story is too big or too small. Southeast News. Let's tell our story. Showing on Signature TV every weekday at 4 p.m. WAT, 1600 hours GMT.